Hello and welcome along to our coverage here on Hibs TV. It's our final home game of the Cinch Premiership here at Easter Road. It's Hibs versus Motherwell and action begins from 7:45 p.m. Yes, good evening. Welcome along to Easter Road for our coverage of Hibs against Motherwell live here from Easter Road. It's going to be a very emotional night for two individuals in particular. Both Paul Hanlon and Lewis Stevenson will leave the club at the end of the season after playing over 1,100 games for the club. So it's bound to be an emotional night for those two Hibs legends. And speaking of legends, well, who better to talk about Paul and Louis than none other than Hibs legend himself, Pat Stanton, who joins me for this one. Pat, how are you?
I'm fine, great.
It's good to have you along for this one. Look, first of all, it's no doubt it's been a difficult start to the week for the club with the announcement of Nick Montgomery, who left the club earlier this week after a poor run of results, would you say?
Yeah, and that's just the way of things, you know. But that's in the past now. It's happened, and it's up to the players to put things right. You know, they're there. It's nobody said it was going to be easy, but like I say, the players have got to respond to the situation, and if the fans see that, the fans will get behind them.
Yeah, for sure. So that news obviously went yesterday, and then it was followed by the news that Malky Mackay will become the club's sporting director. In terms of next season then, how important is it that we have that sporting direction in place from the start of the season?
Yeah, I think, you know, when you see some of what's happened during the course of the season, there's areas of the pitch where we could do been strengthened a wee bit, and I think not going to give too much away, but I think they'll be aware of that, the people in charge. So it's up to whoever comes in and how they respond to the whole thing. The pressures here, you know, if you're a player here, the pressure's on you every week, and you don't produce it every 10 weeks. You've got to do it every time you come out here, and so it's your attitude. You bring that with you.
Going back to your playing days, then. Is that kind of, it's not really changed since then in terms of the mood, the expectation from the fans? It is that we have to go out and win every game as possible.
Well, that's right. The people come down to watch you play, and they don't come down to boo you. They come here to cheer you on. They can get disappointed. There's one thing about this game. This game will guarantee you disappointment somewhere along the line, and it's how you react to it. And if the people on the terrace and see that you're not willing to accept if things are going against you, they'll let you away with some things. There's other things they won't let you away with though. But I think they've got enough knowledge about the game to realise that you're given 100%.
Yeah, definitely. And it was obviously a disappointing result at the weekend on Sunday against Aberdeen. We'll just pull the highlights up for that one on the monitor here. Pat, what went wrong on Sunday?
I think just at the back, I think there was times when instead of pressing the ball, the players were just standing looking at it, and we're looking at a goal that went in just a couple of minutes ago there, and you've got to close on the player. If you stand off him and give him a chance to hit the ball, and he bent it, was a really good goal from his point of view. But if you're standing off players and allowing them to shoot, you've got to close them up.
Yeah, like you said, it was two really good finishes to open the scoring for Aberdeen and get that 2-goal lead. We did have our chances in the first half, but once we went behind, we really kind of struggled to get back into the game.
That's right. But like I said, you've got to approach the game, and even when you go to if you can go, teams can go a goal or two down. You've got to react to it. You know, there's no point looking at the heavens and saying, "Oh, we're going to get done here." That's no good to anybody. You've got to 100%. You're on the pitch. You're representing the club. All the people that come to watch you. There's no excuse for not giving 100%.
I think that's kind of been maybe one of the issues this season, is that we perform well in a lot of games at times, for half an hour, 45 minutes, 60 minutes, but we've not had that full 90-minute performance as often as we would have liked.
Yeah, I sometimes think that we do, like you said, we play well at certain stages of the game, but it's when the opposition come into the game, they start to get on the upper hand. That's when you've got to step your game up, and I don't think maybe that's something that we did. We still allowed them time, if you were allowed to pass at your own tempo and that, I'd probably still be playing. but it's if somebody hurries into it, you're going to make mistakes. So if they've got the ball, get after them.
Yeah, definitely. And obviously for this one tonight, then Dave Gray will take charge, named interim head coach for the remainder of the season. He's a very capable pair of hands.
That's right. That's right. He won't stand any nonsense. But it's up to the players. They're professionals. I don't think anybody should tell you to give 100%. I think you bring that with you, and it's up to you to do it. If the whole lot of you are doing that, you're in with a chance. I know there's some games where things go against you, but if you're giving 100%, if things do go for you, there's a good chance you'll get a result.
And you can tell that from being a player, a manager, a fan as well, that is kind of all you really, the bare minimum is that you give 100% for the club week in, week out. That's right.
And I remember over the years playing with players, and I've even spoken to players, and saying this, is that as much as you're going to contribute to the game here today? But you know that if you've not given enough, you know that you don't need anybody to tell you.
Yeah, for sure. Right, time for a short break, but when we come back, we'll hear from David Gray himself. I'm also be going into more detail about Paul and Louis, who it is their last game here at Easter Road.
When it comes to things that are exclusive to Scotland, we all have a thing or two to say.
They're amazing, they blew me away.
Superb.
Excellent customer service from start to finish.
First class service every time.
10 out of 10.
A fantastic sales exec.
Nothing was too much trouble.
Outstanding.
I wouldn't go anywhere else now.
Just some of the things that have been said about us. Macklin Motors, exclusive to Scotland.
I'm getting some work done. Enough of that. I am totally winning! Oh, and relaxing.
Here's your order.
With a coffee, thank you. I love this film. I'm doing all of this on my way to Mum's. Because it's all possible on an LNER train.
Next stop, London.
And I'm almost there.
Yes, hello, welcome back to our coverage here of Hibs against Motherwell, live here from Easter Road. Alongside me for this one is of course, Hibs legend Pat Stanton. Pat, Motherwell travel here this evening. What kind of challenge do you expect from them? Because it's a team that we've struggled against this season.
Yeah, they're a strong, well-organised club. They play very well. But I always like to think that when anybody comes here to play, you're on your own ground. You've got to give them a hard time, and you dictate the pace of the game. You don't allow them to dictate it, and that'll suit them. But it's just up to you to just take the bull by the horns.
Did you, from your playing career and your playing days, some seasons, did you remember like some teams just being not more difficult than others, but some just like we've not beaten them this season, and this is our fourth attempt now? Did you ever does that give you more motivation as a player? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, it comes into it, but I think you just put that out. It's whatever's happened in the past. It's happened in the past. It doesn't affect the game that you're playing in. So as you gather more experience, you just realise that you don't. These games they happened a long time ago, or whatever, or what happened that day. But you just forget about it, and because today's another day.
Yeah, it wasn't long ago since we played Motherwell. We drew 1-1 at Fir Park, the final game before the split in the season. Here's a reminder of how the action unfolded that day.
Dravkovsky. Lovely ball through, chance here for Motherwell. Theo Bair is in one-on-one with David Marshall, and he finishes.
Offside.
Flags up for offside though. It won't count. It certainly was tight.
I think he looked offside, Cliff, on first viewing. Well, on my only viewing.
Yeah, well, I'm sure it'll be checked by VAR. But, Willie Collum seems quite happy that it's offside. Joe Newell and Mizian both down in the corner there. It's played short again. Newell this time clips it in with the left foot. Motherwell get it clear. Mariah Welsh. Oh well, he's pointed to the spot this time, Willie Collum. The ball was played into the Motherwell penalty area. Mizian Malida has the opportunity from the penalty spot up against Liam Kelly, right-footed.
Yes!
Scores! Beautifully converted by Malida. Sends the goalkeeper the wrong way. Ball into the bottom right-hand corner. The Hibs fans behind the goal go crazy. The players are across there celebrating just about in amongst them. Well, Hibs have the lead here. Ball into the Hibs area. It's dealt with well by Emiliano. Oh, Motherwell have equalised. And it's the centre back, Shane Blaney, thunders one into the back of the net.
Well, Pat, just watching back those highlights of the last time we played Motherwell at Fir Park, and it doesn't get any easier to watch that last-minute goal, which meant that we missed out on the top six. It just goes to show throughout the season it always comes down to these tiny, fine margins.
That's right, and particularly at the end of a game, you know, when you were playing, you hear the crowd whistling for they wanting the full-time whistle to go. Now, if you're listening to the whistling, you're not paying attention, and you've got to shut that out. The game finishes when the referee blows for full time, and that's how you get caught with these late goals. Your concentration just slips, and all it needs to go is for a couple of seconds, and you'll get punished for it. And just it's experience to realise it. If it's happened to you, you're aware that it could happen again, but you play till the referee blows the whistle.
Yeah, and that's what obviously costs our place in the top six. But looking at Motherwell, then going into that game, they were on quite a good run of form. They nearly sneaked into the top six. The last two games, I think they've scored 9 goals. I think they'll be quite a tough nut to crack this evening. Oh,
they will be, and they're playing with confidence. But these games, they're in the past, and you just. It's the game's here. It's a different time, and you just get on with it, and it's a chance for you to get back on tracks.
Yeah, definitely. And those 2 wins from Motherwell, it lifted them up to 8th in the table. We'll take a quick look at tonight's fixtures and the league table as well. There we go. We obviously had Rangers beat Dundee 5-2 to keep the title race somewhat alive. Any fixtures there tonight that stand out for you, other than the Hibs one, of course?
Oh, it's I
Celtic
think
could win the league
yeah,
this evening.
they've got their things to do, but looking at it's difficult to look away from the Hibs one because you really want, and the people that come to watch you, they want you to start picking up here, and why not today?
Yeah, definitely, and a win today would obviously lift us above Motherwell in the table, and still a good chance we can finish best of the rest in that 7th spot. The table is just there. It's all kind of very tight in the bottom 6 at the moment on 42 points, Hibs in 9th, but a win could potentially put us above Aberdeen there in 7th. But as you said, Pat, it's not necessarily about where we finish in the league table now that we're in the bottom 6. It's about playing for that pride.
That's right. You shouldn't have to be told that. If you're a professional footballer, you go out and that's if you slip down on your standards, you're letting yourself down. Mm-hmm. And when you come off the park, I could do better. Well, it's too late. You had your chance, you had your 90 minutes, and you didn't. Mm-hmm. It's when the game starts, that's when you start, and you finish when the referee blows for full time. Yeah, definitely. And as we mentioned at the top of the show, it will be an emotional night for 2 players in particular, Paul Hanlon and Lewis Stevenson. It will be their last game here at Easter Road. They're leaving the club at the end of the season, and in a special Hibs TV documentary, we took our cameras behind the scenes to follow and find out more about Lewis Stevenson's iconic career. In September 2005, Lewis Stevenson made his Hibs debut, kick-starting a legendary career. In the 19 years that followed, Louis wrote his name into the club's history books, winning both the League Cup and the Scottish Cup, becoming the only ever player to win both trophies whilst at the club. Many more milestones have been ticked off along the way, and as he approaches his 600th game for the Hibernians, we took a look back at Louis' iconic career. Well, Lewis, back where it all began, can you just explain a little bit about where we are today?
So this is the house I was brought up in Kirkcaldy. Lived here till I was about 10 or 11 and moved quite far across the road. So I like fond memories. I had the best childhood ever. I'm sure everyone says that, but I absolutely loved it. I used to come home from school, chuck in your school bag and then go and play football at a park over there. So it was good. Made some friends that still kept in touch with, friends you've lost touch as well. But amazing memories in that house, and then good ones when I finally moved over the road. This is, I think it's called Memorial Park. It's where I played my boys' club football at Thornton Colts. It was a team connected to Thornton Hibs actually, whose main pitch is up there. Well, I played here when I was 9 or 10 years old, and it was straight to 11 aside. I remember my first game, we played against a team called Dresaifield, really good, and we got to be 18-1 or something, so it was a good start to my football career. But now we actually had a successful team. We've done really well, like the Fife area and stuff, and won a lot of cups and some great memories here with friends and stuff that year.
How did you get into playing for this club?
It was a boy in my class called Stuart Love. He was really good at football, and he came here for a year or something and said, look, we're actually needing more players. They brought me up, and then the rest is history. I was here for about 5 or 6 years. Played a year above for a few years, and then when I played with my own age, that was fine. I probably kind of kicked on, but no, we had a really good team, some really good players that played for different teams and progressed as well. So it was a good time, some fun memories. I can't remember the hill being this big, but
it looks like it goes down and then up again. And then
so you need to get a few goals ahead in this half and then a wee bit stricter. But the pavilion's over there, but I spent a lot of time up here, and it's nice to be back.
Yes, you can catch that special documentary on Hibs TV or on YouTube. Pat, Louis could make his 600th appearance here for Hibs. You made 617, I think it was. What a milestone it will be for Louis to get to 600.
Oh, both of the players, Louis, tremendous example to young players. Mm-hmm. Young players coming here, it's just starting off their careers, don't have to look any further than these 2 players. And if I want to do well in the game, I've got to follow these guys. Mm-hmm. Because I've seen it over the years where there's been a sort of joker in the pack, in the dressing room, who might just let the players stray a wee bit, mm-hmm. Instead of doing 15 press-ups, he would do 12. That's no good. You've got to do more than 15 because mm-hmm. you take that on the pitch with you. But if you do it and you cut your number of press-ups and you take that on the pitch with you as well, and it's when things get tough, that'll show up. Whereas the other guy who just applies himself right till the end of it, it's a great attitude to have. You know, you watch some of these great players playing on the television, and you can see their attitude. You know, like Messi chasing back. I've watched games here and players here losing the ball and not bothering to chase back. Well, if you want to look and say, well, that's what Messi does, that's what I do.
And that's what you did as a player. You, like you said, you made 617 appearances. You must have done umpteen press-ups as well. But in terms of your playing career, do you remember what it felt like to play your last game here at Easter Road? I know it was slightly different circumstances because you obviously moved on. But do you remember at the time? Did you feel like it was going to be your last game? For Hibs?
Yeah, I think you just feel that. You know, your career's maybe coming to an end, and you're fortunate sometimes a club will come along and take you, and it extends your career maybe another couple of seasons. But you've been at one club for a long time, and maybe things are, you just need a wee change, and you get a change and you extend your career, and it's amazing how many players do that.
How do you think Paul and Louis will be feeling in a couple of hours before kick-off and right now in the day leading up to this game, knowing it'll be their last game here at Easter Road? Louis obviously making his 600th appearance, Paul, a boyhood Hibs fan. How will they be feeling ahead of this one?
Yeah, there'll be a wee tinge of sadness about it, the whole thing. You know, they've been here, they've been a great example to the club. They've been a credit to themselves. You know, I think that's the first one when you're playing the game. Don't kid yourself on, and I don't think these guys ever did. And young players just looked at them and saw that's the way you should play the game, and they've been a credit to the game.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's hope that we can send them off with a win this evening. Right, we're going to take one more short break, but don't go anywhere. When we come back, we'll hear the thoughts from interim head coach David Gray. Don't go anywhere.
When it comes to things that are exclusive to Scotland, we all have a thing or two to say.
They're amazing. They blew me away.
Superb.
Excellent customer service from start to finish.
First class service every time.
10 out of 10.
A fantastic sales exec.
Nothing was too much trouble.
Outstanding.
I wouldn't go anywhere else now.
Just some of the things that have been said about us. Macklin Motors, exclusive to Scotland.
I'm getting some work done. Enough of that. I am totally winning! Oh, and relaxing.
Here's your order.
With a coffee, thank you. I love this film. I'm doing all of this on my way to Mum's. Because it's all possible on an LNER train.
Next stop, London.
And I'm almost there.
Yes, welcome back to our coverage of Hibs against Motherwell live here on Hibs TV. Right, time to get the thoughts of interim head coach David Gray. He's been speaking to Adam Tomlinson ahead of this one.
Dave, obviously back in caretaker charge again. You were informed this morning, got 24 hours obviously to prepare for the game against Motherwell. It will be a difficult game, but how's today gone?
Very difficult, as you can imagine. It's not nice when people lose their jobs, especially when you work so closely with them every single day. And it's something that I've unfortunately been in this position before, and it's something that I've been asked to do now between now and the end of the season, to try and put the team together to make sure we get a positive end to the season. And that's what the focus is now moving forward, is to try and prepare the team as best I can to make sure we go out on Wednesday night and put right a poor performance and result at the weekend first and foremost, but more importantly end the season as well as we can.
Yeah, like you said, it was a really difficult result and a poor performance on Sunday. What's your message been to the players today in terms of their mentality and application going into the final 2 games of the season?
Yeah, I think it's important that there's an accountability from everybody involved. You know, the manager always has to carry the can. He's defended the players all season with that, and I think it's important that we all look at ourselves, every single person, the staff, the players, everyone involved, because we know that we've not been good enough this season. We've underachieved, and it's not been good enough. And I think, as I say, it's not going to fix things, because we find the position we find ourselves in at the moment. But if we can end the season as positive as we can, and try and that starts on Wednesday night, and it's really important that you've got an opportunity to play for a fantastic football club in front of fans that follow you home and away every single week, a really passionate, fantastic group of fans, and we've got a duty to be the best possible professional you can be, and to make sure we do that right way.
Yeah, absolutely, and 2 players that will definitely be keen to go out on a high at Easter Road are obviously Lewis Stevenson and Paul Hanlon. Tomorrow will be their last home game, obviously last game at Easter Road. It will be an emotional occasion.
Yeah, I think first and foremost, a fantastic achievement for them both. To only have played for the one club through the whole career doesn't happen very often now. But it's credit to them both. It shows the level of professionalism they've been every single day. They've been here through highs and through many lows. But every single day they come in, they're the most professional people you've ever met. Great role models for young players coming through. And as you've mentioned there, they fully deserve to go out and as high as possible. I think if you offered them both the opportunity for just 3 points and even sit on the bench tomorrow night, they both take that over anything else, because that's the type of people they are. They put the football club first, and I think that's important. That yes, it's an important night for them, and it's an emotional night, I'm sure, for their families especially, the 2 of them playing for the club for as long as they have. Hibs supporter Paul Hanlon, I'm sure it'll be an emotional night for him as well. But the most important thing is, on top of that, is we make sure that we play as well as we can and we get 3 points.
Absolutely. Just finally then, how are we looking in terms of team news?
Team news, it's just be the same squad it was at the weekend there. Nobody else coming back, it's just as we were.
Perfect. Good luck
Thank
tomorrow.
you. Cheers.
Pat, Dave mentioned being accountable and taking accountability for ourselves, players, staff, everyone. Do you expect to see a reaction from the Hibs players then tonight?
Yeah, I would expect that, just as a matter of course, from the players to just stand up and be counted. And anything other than that, I'd suggest to them, don't give the ball away, and don't annoy the referee. Because it's a hard enough game without you doing that. So if you've got these wee bits right, the rest tends to fall into place. But there's no guarantees. But you've just got your approach is all important, you know, and it's you make sure you can test everything, you know. But don't be silly and like kicking the ball away or things like that. That just upsets referees. They're only human. I think they are anyway.
Yeah, just finally, then the final word, it must go to Paul Hanlon and Lewis Stevenson, absolute consummate professionals during their time both on and off the pitch. How important is it that we send them off with a win tonight?
Oh, it'd be great. It'd be a nice present for them, you know, because like I say, great credit to the game. It'd be nice just for them to leave and Hibs haven't got a result.
Yeah, go out on a high. What's your score predictions for the night?
Oh, as long as Hibs win, I don't care how many goals are scored.
Pat, it's been a pleasure as always. Thanks for joining us this evening and also throughout the season here on Hibs TV. Absolute top man, great to have you. I'm afraid that's pretty much it for our coverage here on Hibs TV for the season. Don't forget that tonight's game is actually available to watch worldwide on Hibs TV. It costs $12.99 and is available via a pay-per-view service. Right, hope you all enjoyed the game. Thanks very much for watching and we'll see you all again very soon.